There we go, 180 CDs. Got them for $70. Here's another shipment that I put together today of 41 items, mostly books, about 6 VHS and 8 or so CDs. It's all going to one warehouse in state, and it's going to cost $7, and it weighs 28 pounds. So pretty small box. There's actually a little bit more space in there after I packed it. I hope that you guys are figuring out how to get your items to the same warehouse and get it close by. It's been working for me lately to do the smaller shipments. As long as I don't put anything other than books, VHS tapes, or CDs, and I don't go over 49 items, it's been staying in state to one warehouse, and it gets there within about 24 hours or so. So I'll drop this off tomorrow morning, and it should be there by Tuesday. I was able to pick up that CD lot last night and got it for $70. He says there's 180, just around 180 CDs. So that's not bad. It's just under 40 cents a CD. And the way that I approach these things is I bring along the money they're asking, but I offer a little bit less. So in this instance, I was gonna offer 60. So I had $60 in my right jacket pocket. And then I had another $10 in my left jacket pocket, just in case I had to give a little bit more. But I was pretty confident that I could definitely get it for less. So when I got there, I asked him, so has anyone shown any interest in it? He said he had one other person come out and take a look at it, but they lowballed him. They offered too little money. I said, oh, really? Well, how much did they offer you? Genuinely wanting to know, but also wanting to do a little more digging to find out what's too low for him. He said $50. So I knew that $60 might not be enough. So therefore I offered 70 and he accepted it. When I was looking through the CDs briefly just to make sure they looked pretty good, they were in good condition, I asked him, so how much were you asking? You know, kind of playing dumb, just seeing what he would say and the way that he would say it. What he ended up doing is just saying $80 or 80. So I knew from that there was not a ton of wiggle room, that he wasn't going to go way down, but possibly just a little bit. If he had said, oh, you know, $80 or so, but I mean, I'm just glad to get something for it. Oh, I was asking for 80, but you know, I'll take less. So if there was any sort of give from the response, I knew that I could probably offer 60, but because he said 80, and then he said 50 was too low, I knew that 60 might offend him. So I made sure and offered a little bit more, but I still saved $10. So that was a big bonus. I don't know if the person that visited him first was a reseller or just someone looking to buy CDs, but $50 is a bit low. I didn't even consider 50. I thought of 60 immediately, and then up to 70 at most if he was wanting some more money. But I have yet to go to a deal where they're stuck on the price. Of course, all the ones I've gone to have said, you know, or better offer. So these were not offers where they were firm on the price. They're willing to budge a little bit, negotiate a little bit, take a little bit less money. And maybe the person that went there just only had $50. But if they had 60 or 70, then I don't know why they didn't buy them. But I'm just glad that they did not purchase them. And he held firm, otherwise I wouldn't have them in my possession. So Craigslist has proven to be a good source for CD bulk lots. There's also a good amount of vinyl bulk lots. I just haven't gotten to that point of wanting to start pursuing those because I still need to get the materials, you know, in terms of packaging them and that sort of thing. Once I have that in place, then I'll start getting more serious about vinyl buys. I just can't seem to find any bulk book buys on Craigslist. And when I do, the books do not look very good. They're really old, or they just don't look like books that I typically source. So I just haven't had luck with that. I'm gonna have to find some other sources for bulk book buys. But I have to be honest, I don't know how much I actually want to do bulk book buys. The books are heavy and they take up a lot of space. I would rather cherry pick, go to thrift stores and everywhere else that I go so that I can only get the books that I plan on sending into FBA. If I had more space, if I had a big office or whatever it may be, a space that I could pile up 500 books and 1,000 books and go through them and then get rid of the duds, then then I would probably be more interested in looking into bulk book buys. But the great thing about CDs is they're small, so all the duds don't take up much space while I figure out what I'm going to do with them. So now I'm going to have another, hopefully not so many, but maybe 100 or so other CDs that I can't send in, but we'll see. I'm eager to get to them. Now that I'm going to send out all these other items, I can start to scan through the CDs and find out what is exactly in there. And fingers crossed, there'll be a few good ones that'll raise the average price and make it well worth it. But I'm feeling confident about it. So hopefully it's a good buy, or a very good buy, or at least a pretty good buy. Have you had luck with finding bulk buys on Craigslist of any types of items? A wealth of items being sold on Craigslist, so it's just a matter of being a little picky and finding the one that works for you and the price that works for you. But it seems to be with these CDs that people really want to get rid of them and they're willing to take less money. So that's just kind of a sweet spot for me right now. I'm going to keep looking for them. And speaking of the bulk buys, the last one that I sent in, I've already sold maybe like 8 or so CDs. So I've already made about close to $50 off that $140 buy, and I've got a ton more to sell. So it's going really well. So I'm enjoying the CD bulk buys, and I will keep it up. Of course, I'm loving my books because books go for great money, but I'm going to get items where I can and try to flip those CDs as best I can. But I do love CDs for shipping them in. They do not take up much space and they are not that heavy. So hopefully you had a good Sunday and you were able to either rest is nice, or do some sourcing or do some listing, prepare for Monday to send out some shipments, and prepare for the week. And as always, remember, keep booking.
Bye.